We are recording, Teri. Hi, thank you so much for being here.
Yay. Thanks, Kelly, for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
Teri and I are getting together once or twice a month, and we are going to be delivering some energy insight, some updates, some predictions. And today we are going to be talking about spiritual predictions and energy and just things that we've gotten hits on that we think are important to pass on to you and and to remember that we're coming, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, and it's not coming from a place of fear. It's stuff that we've picked up on that we just want to pass along and share with you.
I love how you say that. I really do. Because take what works for you guys. I feel like we all have a different perception of our universe. Like we create our universe, right? And we're creators. We're made as creator. So as we create what we see and what we know, you'll see it different, but you'll know people are walking into this knowing and remembering right now, and when they hear something that works for them, they can put it in their own context, and it grows. It
Yeah.
changes and changes and changes and grows. So yeah, love that.
You shared briefly backstage. I would the that almost like a mantra, but the share with us what you have. I thought it was so beautiful.
Oh, thank you so much. You're so kind. Okay, this is what I got from Spirit. I channeled this. The door that was never closed. As I call in 33 trillion angels, time 144,000 to the 72nd power, I feel myself in a very quiet place, a space of nothing, just peace. I am shown a doorway. The door is open. It was never closed, they say. I walk inside, guided by the beautiful light beaming from it. There are facets of light, like a diamond here. Music and sensory patterns enfold me. They might call this the rapture. If the previous space outside was nothing and everything, this is everything times 33 trillion.
That is so beautiful. And you know what? For the people watching that'll be watching now in the future, that would just even that bit of our show to be able to go back and use as a meditation would be absolutely beautiful.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. It really felt beautiful, and the beauty of it was that they showed it to me. Like I
Oh,
was in the nothing. It was just me and the kind of the clouds, like, just that space where there was nothing below me and nothing above me. I was just in the clouds.
that in
And
between.
yeah, the in between. And then I saw the light. I saw that doorway. And they were like, that was never closed. That's always been there. I was like, well, heck.
The door of opportunity, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's always been open to us, and, I really feel like there's this cosmic energy coming in right now for all of us, and for some of us, it frightens us, and of course, it's a lot of energy. We talked backstage about not being able to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I've been really on the struggle bus with sleep. I finally did sleep last night, and I'm a girl that needs 9 hours of sleep. I mean, to really like feel good, that's like my number, that 9 hours. And I finally got that last night. But I think with our frequency rising at such a rapid rate,
Yeah,
and this super moon, the energy of it is just, anybody that's a sensitive empath, if you're not sleeping, you're not alone.
yeah. It's interesting to see how little sleep I'm running on right now, and I feel energized. Like normally I would tell myself this story that, oh, you didn't get enough sleep. If you wake up at 4 a.m., you're going to have a hard day. And I would listen to that story.
Yeah.
But right now I'm changing my story and I'm like, well, I know it's the cosmic energy that's coming in. And so I don't really need it. I'm okay.
I love that, Teri. And all of us can do that, right? And
Yeah.
now that you say that, I had mentioned to you that not last night, but the night before, my husband and I couldn't sleep, and
Yeah.
that we were both laying there tossing and turning. And typically we would get like cranky, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I gotta sleep. But we actually like started getting the giggles. It's like, thinking this was kind of funny actually. And so you're right. And it wasn't until now that you said that we kind of changed the narrative on that, what's the sense of getting crabby that you can't sleep? And then of course, then we decided to have a snack, and that always that always helps too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it does. And that's important if you've got a trick to go back to sleep too. We
Yeah.
were talking about that. And you guys like to have your biscuits.
Yep. Those Belvitas. Yep. That
Yeah.
helps. Or I'll sometimes leave a banana on my nightstand,
Uh,
and I'll grab that. And I do like chocolate, but that's not the best thing to be having in the middle of the night.
I have
been known for it.
Oh my God. I would be up all night if I did that. Yeah. I drink sparkling water, or I'll get a piece of toast with butter. And that really helps me to go back to sleep. And it's just kind of a ritual now.
Mm-hmm.
If I wake up, I'm like, okay, time to go get the sparkling water. So yeah.
It's nice that the sparkling water can do it for you, because I would much prefer not to eat at night, just because I do kind of like to do the fasting thing, and not that I always do, but sometimes you do just need that piece of toast or that biscuit or something just to help you fall asleep.
It's a comfort thing, isn't it? And so I think it's really important that we all kind of find our comfort during all these changes. There's so much cosmic energy coming in right now. And the 5D, 4D, and 6D energy is all descending on us. I mean, we're getting the solar flares, we're getting the 3-eye atlas coming in. We have so much energy on us. And then on top of that, all the changes that the earth is going through, and climate change, or not climate, well, I didn't mean to say that, but climate events. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. And the energy in the collective right now is really, there's some, there's some happy people that, in the collective, and there's some people in the collective right now that are not so happy. And with us, being intuitives, we pick up on all of that too. And so protection this month, the entire month, I think is going to be really important for us to really, and I think we're all kind of conscious of protecting ourselves, but I think we need to be more, just more aware that we are protecting ourselves before we go out or online, or, and just even, probably really limiting, the information that a person's receiving on what's going out there as far as news stuff.
Yeah. It's good to be aware, and be curious, but and if you fall in a rabbit hole, don't judge yourself, don't feel shame, right? But don't worry. And it's easy to say, don't worry. And of course I do worry. I have kids. We both have kids that are of an age that they're trying to find their way. And it's not easy to navigate as a young person. And then also as adults, everybody wants to eat, everybody wants to take care of their family. So there is that, but going into it with curiosity and thinking, well, what am I feeling? Where am I feeling it? Is it going to make any difference in the world if I stay up all night and worry about it, or Google it? Like, right? Google what's going to happen if the market collapses, or this happens or that happens. So really working with that cosmic energy. And it's funny because that cosmic energy is a huge amount of abundance in it, doesn't it?
It does. And you mentioned the markets, and I do feel like the markets for this month are going to be up. They're going to be up really good, and it's going to be, but then I get, it's going to be kind of like a roller coaster this month as far as the markets. So, abundance, if a person's playing it right, there would be money to be made.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so too. I feel like, there's a lot of narratives out there about what's going to happen, but really, we're not giving advice here about that. But what we are saying is, don't worry about it. Like, don't spend all your time worrying about it. If you have something that you want to do and make changes, I'm not saying run your portfolio on this, but I love that Cash Peters does this and other people, doing the muscle testing and asking your body, how do I feel about this? Do I feel like I need to get out? Because I'm just too scared. And that's always my no when it collapses. But when it sticks, that's my yes. So
I love that.
yeah, because then you're asking yourself, and you're the boss of you, and you're the boss of your market or whatever your portfolio or whatever you're working with. But it is interesting, isn't it? Like, so many people won't move to certain areas because they think they're earthquake prone.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in California. You guys have a beautiful life in California, and so it's like, not living out of fear, but living out of love.
Oh, Teri, you absolutely nailed it. Because if we really would have been in a state of fear, moving out here, because everybody was just like, oh my gosh, the big one's coming, the big one's coming. There's earthquakes. But
Yeah.
we honestly, I don't even think well, I'm sure we, in the back of our head, it's like, oh yeah, it could happen, but never once did we let fear get in the way of moving out here. And there has been a couple earthquakes, but nothing, nothing's, serious.
Yeah.
Thank you. But you're absolutely right. I mean, it really is changing our perspective on things. Can really have change our outlook on how we see things when we're coming from a place of love and rather than fear.
Yeah. And Kim at Intuitive View was on, and she was talking about about moving and things like that. And she said, when the time is right, you'll know it.
Oh yeah.
And it'll just be an opportunity, and you're there. And it's nothing that we have to worry about or plan today, but you'll find something and you'll love it, like on a vacation or something. And or you're in just the right spot for you. If the situation is you can't move, then that might be just the perfect space for you.
It's so true. And it's that whole surrendering and going with the flow, that not forcing something to happen, that really your angels, your guides will definitely know when it's time. And when it is, there won't be any roadblocks, it'll just happen. It'll flow the way it should.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. And I'm a Zillow addict. I mean, give me 3 hours, and I'll play on Zillow all day long.
Yeah.
And I've looked for land on Zillow for years, and lost so many opportunities when I could have afforded it. Now I can't, because now it's gone sky high. But I do feel like, if anything happened around the country and we needed places to go to, there would be opportunities. I mean, the United States owns so much parkland that can be opened up. And that's just one thing that I've always seen, is that there are lands to be had, and that we will be in the right place at the right time.
Oh, totally. Because we're always being taken care of. Yeah. And our angels guys are always working behind the scenes to make sure that we have exactly what we need and when we need it. it's just sometimes we get ahead of ourselves, and especially being intuitive, right? It's like you can see it, and it's like, this is what you need. And so I'm the one that's going like this to my my spiritual team. It's like, come on, and they're like, you know what, pump your brakes, girl, pump your brakes. It's like, it's not time yet, but you can feel like it's like in motion. And you just, patience has never been my forte.
Right. Me either. Yeah. Yeah. I'm always ready for the next jump, but that's okay. I understand that that's my feeling. And now when I look, I think, you know what, I'm going to look at that $1 million house or that $2 million house, because that's going to be in my budget when I'm ready.
Yep.
And maybe it won't be, but maybe it will be. Maybe somebody's going to gift it to me. Who knows? So.
And that's just it. But that's the whole manifestation process, right? I keep hearing over and over and over again from my spirit team, dream big, and that your wants are just as important as your needs.
Yeah, they really are. And so many of us, I feel like, and we're just going to talk about abundance for a minute here, I think, because I feel like so many of us grew up in families of scarcity. Because, I mean, my dad went through the Depression. His family did as a young child. And my mom went through the Holocaust. So there was nothing to be had. It didn't matter how much money you had. There was nothing there. So that scarcity mindset was huge growing up. Mm-hmm. And now I feel like I've lived an abundant life, but I'm always looking at garage sales and thrift stores still. But I do that because I like it, and I like to reuse things. But yeah, I can go there every once in a while. But I'm aware.
Yeah, and to the scarcity, I think this month would be really an important month where people are really feeling it. People are feeling the scarcity, and with the whole snap, and just with the food prices in general going up. I mean, it's hard for a lot of people, and depending on where you're at in your household, if you can. Teri and I were talking backstage. We had talked at the beginning of the year about how stocking up on beans, and stocking up on canned goods, and just making sure that your pantries were full, because we could feel and we could sense that this was happening. And and now you look at beef prices, and so these beans right now, in a form of protein is really going to help out. But if it's donating to your local pantry, or if your church has got something that they do, or there's a neighborhood food drive, or even if there's places on social media in your local town that you can, if you make extra food, if you can donate a meal or something. I think it's really important, just in these next couple of months, if you have extra, to be able to donate food and money. I mean, if you do have money. But Teri and I were talking that it's really important that if you decide to donate money, there's so many scam artists out there right now that are wanting to take advantage of the situation, because they know there's so many people with loving hearts that want to give. And so then you get these scammers out there that are putting out emails that look legit, saying, don't donate if you want to donate to the hungry, or help feed people. Here, click on this link, and you're probably donating right into their checking account or savings account. So, if you do donate money, really make sure that you're donating to a legitimate cause.
Yeah. Anytime anybody calls me, and even if it says Social Security, or if it says, my bank names or something on the dial, or email, and they ask me for information so I can validate who I am, I'm like, I'm going to call you.
Yeah. Yeah, let me get back to you. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not gonna happen. Not
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah. And they're very crafty. I mean, they're talented. They know what they're doing.
Oh, they do. And the emails that you guys are gonna be seeing, they're gonna look legit.
Yeah. And there's another thing about that too is watch that and watch the GoFundMe's and all that and make sure that you know the people and because we have giving hearts, we're sensitive beings and we want to take care of other people. It's important that we share right now.
It is, if in whatever it is you can. I mean, if it literally is just a can of soup, I mean, that can of soup could help a family, and so whatever it is, and it all makes a difference.
Yeah.
And kind of going, circling back to the abundance thing, we have the 1111 portal
Yeah.
coming up. And
Yeah.
if a person wants to work their magic as far as abundance, this is a huge opportunity to do so.
Well, I think it's important that we don't feel ashamed for looking for abundance if that's monetary because as someone that grew up in that thing, it's that scarcity mindset that that it's important in this lifetime that we overcome it.
It is.
So it's like a thing to work on. And there's nothing wrong with it. And there's nothing wrong with not having a lot. I remember times in my marriage that when we were raising the kids and I'd have $5 to make dinner for everybody. And I was like, I can do that. No problem. That was back then though. That's not tonight. Yeah. But anyway, though I probably could. But so just knowing that it's an exchange of energy money. Mm-hmm. So when we stop looking at it like worry and whatnot, and okay, well, that's interesting. That's not going to happen for me. So what can I make happen? And what will that look like? And there are ways that we can do things, kind of leaning into it with curiosity. Because there were people during the Depression and whatnot that made money and they figured out how to do it. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. And this portal, writing down what it is that you want to come into fruition in your life, and no matter how big or small, this would be a time to write it down. In fact, over on one of my vision boards, I have my last year's 1111 intentions written, and then I pinned it on my vision board. And so whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest, 1111, and if you really wanted to do it at 1111 on 1111, and that would be really super cool. And I also, to make sure, not only on 1111, I'm going to do my cinnamon intentions on 1111 too. I do it on the 1st every month, and we kind of do it as a family. We just blow our intentions with cinnamon into the house. But I did tell my family we're going to do it on 1111 again, just because it's such a huge manifestation portal. So we're going to do it twice this month. Wow. But another thing that you could do for 1111 is write a letter of thank yous and of everything, thanking the universe for just a thank you letter. Thank you for this day. Thank you for my family. Thank you for the food. Thank you for clean water, clean air, whatever it may be, whatever comes to your heart, just writing a thank you letter to the universe on 1111. That would be something that would be beautiful to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. That going into thanks, that raises the vibration of anything, doesn't it? Yeah. It's like you can feel the frequency change when you go into thanks and grace, being grateful, and using your senses, really using your senses when you go into that, like what does it feel like? And I'm not saying that everything's monetary. I'm trying not to come across it that way. There are other ways of abundance too. Having a garden that's bountiful, and some people that's their jam, man.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Good health. Good
Oh,
health
good
is.
health is huge.
Mhm.
And an abundance of friends, an abundance of community, and it's kind of what happens, doesn't it? When things go change, when we have big changes like that, our community changes. I mean, I don't know about you, but during the pandemic, my community changed so much. That's really when I found my online community. Like you and Diana and Allie and Kim and Debbie, and there's so many of us here that really brought forward Kevin. I mean, it's just like Annie, Richie. It's I can name people for hours all around the world now.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. And I'm so grateful for all of us. I mean,
yeah,
because it's almost like a sister brotherhood,
mhm.
community. I mean, it's deeper than a friendship, and I'm so grateful. And that is something when I'm doing my thank yous, I tell the universe, and even in my nightly prayers, I pray for all of you guys, and just I let the universe know how grateful I am for everybody. Because if there was anything that, if I was ever in a situation, I mean, I know I could pick up the phone and just say, Teri,
Yeah,
you know,
no problem.
and the same goes for you. And there's a lot to be said about that. I mean, that is huge abundance right there.
It really is. That community is going to be huge. I also feel like going into that um, cherish that community, and if you can, if there's a way that you can create a community, a physical community, and a lot of people can't, but if you can, and there's like a yoga, like I've got a big community at my yoga studio that I go to. I teach there and I take yoga there, and that's a beautiful community. But if you have another community that you can have in person, I feel like a lot of us are going to rely on that, because we do feel like there's going to be some times coming up this month or this coming year where it'll be spotty communication, as in spotty. Uh,
Yes.
yeah,
With being able to get a hold of people, whether it be via phone, computer, or whatnot.
internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that'll be spotty too around the world. It won't be. I don't think it's going to be a blanket case, but it might be some grids go down again. That happened a few years ago, and whatnot. But so just be aware, and if you have somebody in your neighborhood that you might be concerned about, or you might, if you've got a young couple that lives next to you and you don't get around as well, say, hey,
I'm
uh,
here.
yeah, I'm here, and send them some flowers, or a pumpkin pie or something soon.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm all about the pie. And I did hear that if any of you, and I think we all do feel this from time to time, where you just feel like things are hopeless. They said hope is on the horizon.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Yeah, I do feel like we've got this. It's like, um, and I'm not going to name names or anything, but I feel like a lot of intuitives have made a lot of money on saying that we're going to have this darkness, or we're going to have this, or it's going to be horrible things are going to happen. We've always had earthquakes on the planet. We've always had wars on the planet.
Mhm.
And that's, I think we're getting rid of them. And that's why the old world is collapsing, and we're noticing more things, but also we have more communication skills now. Like we didn't know what was going on. Yeah.
We do, and I really feel that it's all kind of like frothing and just having to come to a head, and we're getting there. We're
Yeah.
we're we're getting there. And it just and another thing this month too, just because the energies are just kind of radical. I mean, and as far as, Teri and I talked about like explosive energy, happening on the planet. But I think we're going to see that with people too, and things happening on our planet. And so really taking time for yourself and protecting your energy, clearing your energy to this month. I think, if how often you ever did it, I think we need to up our game a little bit this month, clearing our house, the people in our house, and even our vehicle, because I do feel like people this month could be extra aggressive out on the roads, that they're just, they just have that angst in them. And so it might, it's not you driving, but it could be the person next to you. And so just really being aware and putting that bubble of protection around your car. I mean, I do that when we leave, or if my kids leave, I just put the bubble of protection.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree. There's something to be said for smiling at people and shining your light at everybody you see, no matter what they're going through, because we don't know where their head's at. And, if they just lost their job or their house or whatever, or if they're, there to be your friend. So it's, but really it's important to shine your light wherever you are right now. That's the most important thing that my guides have told me. Make sure that when you walk out, your light is shining, and just send everybody love. It's not easy to do, and you don't have to be demonstrative. You don't have to hug everybody you see.
Right. Holding a door for somebody, just saying, hey, how are you doing? To the person that's checking you out. I mean, at the grocery store, not literally checking you out, but checking.
Hey, baby.
And saying, hey, how are you doing? And how's your day going? Sometimes that, I think they just, they feel like sometimes like they're robots, just checking people out, and they don't really have any interaction with people. And so just taking the time to say, hey, how's your day going, could totally make somebody's day better.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have anything else that you want to bring up on November? Or?
I think I did, we talked about feed the hungry. I did have feed. I heard feed a cold too. So, and what I'm getting up for that is just, you guys just, and there too, it's not fear, but just take extra care of your immune system. If it's, if you're tired, sleep, if you take vitamins, take them. If you eat, you eat your food that has the vitamins in it, by all means do that. But I did feel like we just really need to up our game too on our immune system this month.
Yeah. I've got this, I've taken a lot of trauma courses. Well, partly because I had a lot of trauma, but also because I was interested in healing trauma. So I've got this trick, and it's a neat thing, about create a spiritual, mental, physical treasure chest with things in it, like an old Altoids box is perfect, but anything that you've got that you can carry with you. And you can put things in it that you can smell, like Altoids. Peppermint is a great thing to change your energy. You can put a crystal in it. You can put a texture in it, something that you can kind of play with your fingers, something you can taste. So, and prayer beads or photos. But the other thing is to make yourself a place in your home that is a place that you can take your fear to, you can take your sorrow to, and you can welcome your shadow, because we've all got shadows, and the shadows are releasing right now. So as that shadow comes in, give yourself that special chair or your bed or whatever it is,
cozy blanket.
Yes. Oh, a blanket is perfect. I love that. And ask daily or hourly, like, what do I want? What do I feel? And know yourself as having this. So,
I love that.
yeah, yeah. Call your angels in. They got
Oh, yes, absolutely. And do you have anything else that you want to share?
no, not really. I do see. I mean, I'm seeing a couple of bubbles coming up of opportunities for people to do damage to other people. So just be careful when you're out in big groups. You know, um, it's I don't feel like it's going to be everywhere, but just like we said, put your bubble around you and be cognizant.
I think that's great advice. And that whole being aware and street smarts, and not only I feel the same, and for the some people in power too, I think have got to up their security.
Oh yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. All right. Well, this was fun.
This was amazing. I thank you so much. Did we cover everything?
I think we did.
Okay.
I think we did a great job.
I think so.
Okay, well, let us know, you guys, how you liked it. And we did a different show that's more fun stuff. And this is the stuff that was more spiritual. So we kind of kept it separate. But
Yes.
yeah, let us know what you want us to talk about. And we'll do this. Well, we get together a couple times a month, but we're going to do this, I think, once a month. I don't know. Maybe it's going to grow. Maybe it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.